Hi everyone, Abby here. Welcome back to my channel for Tech Tuesday, or welcome if you're new. Now today I'm going to be comparing the new Garmin Vivoactive 6 to the older but still great Garmin Venu 3S. I'm going to be going over the major similarities and differences between both of these smartwatches, and I'm going to let you guys know which one I prefer overall. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can stay tuned to all my new videos dropping weekly and so you can help the channel grow. And if you guys are looking to get more of like a deep dive review, I've done individual reviews on both of these smartwatches, so if you want to learn more about them, you can find those linked in the description below. Also coming up at the top right for you to check out when you're done watching this. So I have the Garmin Venu 3S here in the color Dust Rose Soft Gold, and I have the Vivoactive 6 in the color Metallic Pink Dawn. And both of these do come out in some other color options as well. And now I'm going to go into the major spec similarities between both of these smartwatches so you guys can get an idea of what they have in common. So both the Garmin Vivoactive 6 and the Venu 3S can track a variety of activities such as running, walking, yoga, swimming, and more. They're both water resistant up to 5 ATM or 50 meters, so you can take them both in the pool, in the rain, and more. Both of these smartwatches can track your sleep, they can track your steps, your calories burned, your intensity minutes. Both of them have Garmin Pay on here, so you can do contactless payments on the go. They both are Garmin Coach compatible. You can see your smartphone notifications on here. You get picture notifications as well. And I've gone ahead and listed a bunch more similarities on screen for you. So we've gone over the spec similarities. Now I'm going to go into the major spec differences for you. I listed some spec differences for you guys, such as the size of the watches, their weight, some key features, and more. And now I'm going to go further into some of these differences and some others. First major difference between these smartwatches is the price. Now, the Garmin Vivoactive 6 just came out very recently, about a month ago. That currently goes for $439.99 Canadian and $299.99 American. While the Venu 3S, which came out in 2023, currently goes for $599.99 Canadian and $449.99 American. Well, the Venu 3S is a little bit older now, so it actually goes on sale quite often. And that's definitely an advantage of getting something that's a little bit older. With the Vivoactive 6 being quite new, you're probably gonna have to wait a little bit for it to go on sale. And all right, guys, if you're finding this video helpful so far, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Another difference between both these smartwatches is the design. Now, when it comes to the design between both these smartwatches, they do look different for sure. Venu 3S, in my opinion, looks more premium. It looks more kind of like classy, where the Vivoactive looks a little bit more sporty meets sleek. They both look nice in my opinion, but I definitely think that you can tell that the Venu 3S is a more, expensive, more premium smartwatch. Show you them kind of on my wrist side by side though, so you can really kind of see how they stack up against each other and how they look on my wrist. Now, the Venu 3S does have 3 buttons. The Vivoactive has 2 buttons. The Vivoactive buttons are plastic and the Venu buttons are metal. The Venu also has a 18mm band while the Vivoactive has a 20mm band. Overall, when I'm wearing the Vivoactive 6, you could feel that it's a little bit bigger in terms of like the watch size and in terms of the band. So if you're someone looking for something a little bit more kind of compact in a way, smaller band, slightly smaller watch size, then the Venu 3S might be a better option for you. They're both lightweight and comfortable to wear in my opinion. So another difference between both of these smartwatches would be the UI. So the Venu 3S has Garmin's older UI. This one is where you're gonna have a black background and then you have white text and some images and stuff on top of that when you're scrolling through the smartwatch. Very contrasting, very easy to read. With the Vivoactive 6, they did change a little bit. They added a lot of gradients there, so it's kind of like a lighter toned background. Still have that white text there, the little images there as well. They kind of just made things look a bit more 3D. They kind of pop more. It definitely looks refreshed. It's not as contrasting, so it might be harder for some people to read. I definitely do find it harder to read than the other display myself, just because it's like a white text on a lighter background. So another difference between both of these smartwatches would be the heart rate sensor. Garmin Vivoactive 6, which came in 2025, has Garmin's older heart rate sensor. It has the Elevate 4 heart rate sensor, where the Garmin Venu 3S which came out in 2023, has Garmin's newest heart rate sensor, the Elevate 5. So Vivoactive 6 is kind of like a plastic-coated heart rate sensor, where the Venu 3S is glass. That is a bit more durable than just having plastic itself. The Venu 3S does have more connection areas on it to sense your heart rate more accurately, and you do see more accurate heart rate data when you are working out. That's what I have found. It's really good at like HIIT exercises, especially when you're going from high to low intensity pretty quick. If you're just doing like yoga and going for walks and stuff like that, I really don't see a difference. I mostly see a difference for my more high intensity activities, even just like weightlifting and stuff like that. Both of them track really well.
They routinely get the same heart rate. Like they're usually almost the exact same, sometimes they'll differ between a few beats per minute. But yeah, very, very similar here.
Another new thing you get with the Venu 3S is you do get EKG or ECG readings. So you can see your heart rate rhythm, and that's something that is a cool new addition that we do have with the Venu 3S. Another difference between these smartwatches is activity tracking. So when it comes to activity tracking, first off, just getting into the activities menu is easier on the Venu 3S. I do like with the Venu 3S, when I press the one button, it opens up activities. You don't have that on the Vivoactive 6. You kind of got a double button press and go into a different menu. And then you come to a drop-down menu where you have to kind of search through your activities on the Vivoactive. On both of them, you can set favorites to make it a little bit faster. One major difference between activity tracking as well is that the Vivoactive 6 does have a bunch more running features. So Garmin decided to add a lot of running activities here, even more than we have on the Venu 3S. So if you're someone who you like to go running, that could be super beneficial for you. The Vivoactive 6 also has daily suggested walks, which is a really awesome thing if you're a walker, and it basically takes the guesswork out of, planning your workouts. Every day it will give you a suggested daily walk that you can do, and it's personalized towards your own physical activity. So I like that feature that they do have on the Vivoactive 6, because I do like walking, and that could be beneficial for you if you're a walker as well. The Venu 3S does have a barometric altimeter. So with this, you are getting your altitude data, you're getting your elevation data. If you're someone who you like to go for hikes, bike rides, walks, runs outdoors, that is something super handy to be able to know your elevation, live in the moment. I also really like the sensor because it gives you floors climbed, and I love tracking that, how many times I go up and down the stairs. All right guys, so when it comes to the battery life, that's another difference between both of these smartwatches. So the Vivoactive 6 has a quoted battery life up to 11 days, while the Venu 3S has a quoted battery life up to 10 days on a single charge. Of course, battery results are going to vary depending on your individual uses, but for me, doing things like GPS walks, runs, using daily alarms, timers, and more, I've gotten on average 7 days of battery life with the Venu 3S and 7 to 8 days of battery life with the Vivoactive 6. So I think battery life at both these smartwatches is really great. I mean, I only really have to charge it once a week. Now, I definitely think it's nice to have an extra day or so of battery life with the Vivoactive 6. And that's something that we're getting with the newer smartwatches. Garmin's figuring out how to make the battery last even longer. So another difference between both these smartwatches is smart functions. The Venu 3S has smart features. They have a mic and a speaker built in. So with that, you can have voice assistant. You can have Google, you can have Siri. So that can be super beneficial for you guys out there if you like to use your voice assistant for a lot of things, like checking the weather, setting a timer, texting somebody. Another thing on the Venu 3S is Bluetooth calling. So you can take calls directly off of your watch. Another thing I like about the Venu 3S is that with the speaker there, you can play music directly off of your smartwatch. So both of them can download music, which I think is awesome. But with that ability, you can kind of just play a song and the speaker will play that music for you. You don't even have to connect any headphones. And then there's also the notifications. Like you can have sound and notifications. When notifications come in like a text, it'll make sounds. You can have audio feedback when you're working out. It will read the laps out to you.
Lap 1, 5 seconds.
So another difference between both these smartwatches is the watch faces.
When it comes to built-in watch faces, the Venu, in my opinion, has way better watch faces than what we have on the Vivoactive here. Here are some examples. And I'll show you some examples of watch faces on the Vivoactive here now.
The Venu 3S has been out for a little bit longer, and it does have a lot more watch faces available in the Garmin Connect IQ app. So I just think they look better in my opinion, but the Vivoactive 6 does have some watch faces that are a little more like 3D looking, which is pretty cool. And both of them have the option to customize the colors, the data fields of, the built-in stuff. And you can even make your own with the Face It in the Garmin Connect IQ app, where you can use your own picture, you could set your own digital or analog watch face. So when it comes to which smartwatch I'd prefer, I would go with the Garmin Venu 3S. Now for me, the Venu 3S has the features that I care about a lot, which is, having a barometric altimeter, a more durable smartwatch, and a better looking one in my opinion. I also do like the fact that it's a little bit slimmer in the band. I also like the Venu 3S has more customizability in the settings. One of those things is brightness settings. Having the newest heart rate sensor is obviously a nice thing as well. That being said, if you're someone who's more on a budget, or if you're someone who's more of a runner or a walker and you want to have those extra features for running and walking, I think the Vivoactive 6 could be a great option for you. Now let me know what you guys have to say. Which smartwatch do you think is better, the Vivoactive 6 or the Venu 3S? Go ahead and drop that in the comments below. And if you guys are looking to pick up either the Garmin Venu 3S or the Garmin Vivoactive 6, I've gone and left some links down in the description for you to use. And if you guys want to see me compare the Vivoactive 6 to the Vivoactive 4S, let me know in the comments below. And if there's anything I missed that you want to know, go ahead and drop a comment below. I do read all the comments. I love hearing from you guys. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.